Hey everyone, welcome to the I'll Be Living Life podcast. If you like the content, kindly support me by hitting the subscribe, like, and notification buttons. Today's episode, I have a special guest, Janani. Welcome to the show, Janani.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I hope I said your name right.
Well, you've had plenty of practice now, so there's no
Yes.
excuse.
Yeah, you're also
You
on,
did, yes.
that's good. You're also on Instagram and you go by Capture with Jay. So if you're not giving her a follow, please give her a follow. She's got an amazing vibe to her. She's got some great shots and really nice drawings. So we're going to talk about that today.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with a picture from Switzerland. There's this picture of a building. You're looking up, and I love it's kind of very artsy to me. This is what
Yeah.
I kind of liked about this photo of yours. Let's have you talk about it.
Yeah, so this is in Basel. So I spend a lot of my time in Basel because of work and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular structure is by the famous architects Herzog and de Meuron of Switzerland.
Okay.
And it's an exhibition square. So it is home to the world famous Art Basel and Basel World. You might have heard of it before. So they showcase famous art pieces. You have the watches and jewelry exhibitions there as well. So it's
very cool.
quite an affluent part of Basel, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular building, the facade is made up of quite monotonous aluminium curved panels.
Okay.
And then you've just got this massive void and it opens up to the sky. It's quite nice because it lets in the natural light into the courtyard. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
I like kind of capturing it at quite strange angles. So the image that you liked, it's quite a strange angle, I would say. It's not kind of looking straight up into the
No.
void.
No, and I think
So
that
I like those kind of angles, just looking at things from a different perspective.
oh, most definitely. Like I was saying this before, like a lot of those attraction places or places that we go to take photos for, it seems like everybody just takes a shot of it, and there's some that play around with it a bit. And I feel that you have to be a little bit different. You have to try,
Oh, yeah.
like maybe, I'm sure you probably took like 20 different shots of this picture
Oh, yes.
and got to the one that you really like. And I think it's really cool because if you really like step back and look at this photo, it kind of looks like an eye.
Yeah, that's what it's actually nicknamed. It's nicknamed the Eye to the Sky.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that
And
looks.
if you kind of scroll down a little bit further down my feed, I should have another picture of it actually.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if I think that might be a similar one actually. It is nicknamed. It's funny that you say that. It's nicknamed the Eye to the Sky, and it's just literally just a massive void
Okay.
in just the middle of this building. There's just looks straight up into the sky, and it's just very nice to look at. But I like capturing it, like you say, from a different perspective.
Yeah, you
Just
need
so I
to
can
be.
capture the panels and everything as
Yeah,
well.
and I like
Yeah.
the curvatures and all that. It looks really cool, and
Yeah.
like I said, it looks like an
Yeah.
eye to me. And the way the cloud's set up, it's actually quite perfect. I think it's a really
Yeah.
nice shot. Good for you for that.
Thank you. I always kind of like looking at the cloud placement as well. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
they can really add a lot of atmosphere to the photo.
Oh, most
So,
definitely.
yeah, I was glad to see at least a few clouds there because I think that was on a summer's day that I took that.
Yeah.
And the skies tend to be really, really blue and very clear in Switzerland on a summer's day. So I'm
Yeah.
glad at least there were a few clouds that day.
I always love adding, like, clouds is the first thing I look at when I take a picture.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if it's just because, like, even sometimes I was just walking with one of my colleagues the other day, and we were walking back up to my car, and I was showing him. I said, "Oh, look at the sky," and he's like, "Oh, what do you see?" I go, "Well, you see how those clouds are like this, but watch this. When I take a picture of it, it looks pillowy. It looks completely different." I go, "I can see
Yeah.
that," and then he's like, "Wow." He goes, I didn't even notice that. And you picked it up and then you took a shot. And then when I showed it to him, he's like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. It's because you
Yeah,
don't really see it.
completely.
Yeah. But it's always nice to add in clouds because it changes the mood of things too.
Exactly, yeah.
Obviously, sometimes you want a clear day, like especially on a hike or something, and when you're looking down, you would like some clouds into it, but you don't want the clouds blocking the main structure, if you understand what I mean there.
Oh yeah, if you're up high or something.
Yeah.
But maybe when you're in the mountains, when you're looking out, if you're going to take a nice shot of the mountains, or when you're overlooking a lake, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice to get clouds in the reflections, I
Yes,
find.
that'd be perfect. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
completely agree.
so that was a great shot. Your second shot that I like is on September 16th. It's a macro shot of, it looks like some flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like the dreamy of this. I love how it kind of explodes out to you. I really like, I think it's a great shot. Go ahead and describe this one for me.
I mean, I usually take my camera out as and when I feel like it. If I feel like, I want to take my camera out on this particular day on this walk, I will do so. And that's what happened this day, actually. I encountered this really strange flower that I had no idea what it was called. I've never seen it before, really.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a picture of it. And then the pictures just came out really, really nice on this
Yeah.
day. I later found out that it was called a white allium flower. I mean, I don't think too much when I take my photographs, especially of flowers. I mean, whatever looks nice to me on that day, I will take.
Yep.
But I just like the contrast between the white and the green, and also the fact that some of these flowers were open, some of them were still closed.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
It was
that.
very kind of whimsical, very kind of like I like that kind of vibe. The
Yeah.
very kind of fairy tale like kind of whimsical
Yeah.
kind of
And
vibe.
dreamy. Yeah, for sure.
Very, very dreamy. Yeah, kind of have a bit of a blur in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Have it kind of. I think one of the comments was really nice that I got feedback from. It almost looks like it's popping out at you,
Yes.
and that was kind of what I was going for. So yeah, I really like that one. I'm really glad you selected that because you kind of learn a lot of things every day as well. Kind of as you're walking in nature, as we've had so much free time, I've kind of paid more attention to what's around me when
Yes.
I take my walks, when I go outside, kind of see things that I haven't seen before because I've been in a rush, or I need to get to this place, but I've really kind of slowed down and just taken that moment of silence and still just to notice the world around me.
Yeah.
And you might have seen more of the kind of like the nature shots, more shots of
That's
the
right.
flowers coming through on my feed because I've taken that opportunity to do that. So this was like a classic moment of that. So I'm really glad you picked that one.
Isn't that awesome about photography? Like, I've been in photography. I used to manage a photo place. I did that for 10 years. And then after that, I've been on to something else for the last 15 years, 16 years, actually. But I've always had that thing about photography and actually capturing moments. And you're right. It does slow things down for you because it's not like you're not just living life. You're actually, whoa, wait a second. I saw something there. Or it kind of slows your life down a little bit and makes you really like appreciate the things that are around you and the beauty that's around you, because I think everybody nowadays it's too fast paced.
Oh yeah.
It's all about what they have to get to or what they have to do or how they have to take care of some stuff of their own. I get that, but then also there's time in your life that, hey, we're on this earth for once, right? You have to really take in everything, I think. And
it's so funny that you say that because I'm a Londoner, so I've been in London basically my whole life, and I even went to university in London. My life has always been very fast-paced. It's always kind of, okay, I have to get from A to B. What's the quickest I can do it?
Likewise.
How do I do this? And how do I quickly get out of London to go back home? But it was just really during the last year when we have been in lockdown, where everything did slow down, that I took that moment of still just to really calm myself down, because a lot happened, both in the world situation and personally in the last year or so. And even I spent a lot of time just to myself, and also I spent a few times kind of literally driving into London. I mean, I had a legitimate reason to be out and about in case the police are listening, but I was out for a good reason. And even driving through the heart of London, being a complete and utter ghost town. I've never in my life encountered anything like that. It feels like living in a surreal parallel universe almost. And I was like, wow, and just looking at, I had a chance just to really look at the architecture in London.
Yeah, and
really
it's quite
kind
amazing.
Of observe it. And it's amazing, yeah. I mean, a couple of posts ago, I posted a picture of St. Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah.
And the number of times I must have walked past that cathedral and not thought anything of it.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm just like, I look at it and think, wow, that is really amazing. I kind of try to capture it in different angles and different perspectives.
That's right.
But like, like capturing black and white, it makes you appreciate things more. And I think also a lot of it is if you're from London, you don't want to, kind of go to touristy places.
Yeah.
You want to, you avoid those kind of places. But really looking at London in that way, where there was no one around at all, and just minimal number of cars on the road, it kind of gave a fresh perspective on things, I think. And you're completely right. Yeah, you appreciate you're busy in life. You need to, it's very fast paced, but it was a great opportunity just to slow that down.
Yeah,
Maybe a good thing that came out of the whole lockdown thing.
it's even funny for me because maybe I'll go on a hike and I see one tree and I'm like, oh, I gotta take a picture of that tree, or I gotta go look at that tree, and it's just a tree,
Absolutely.
right? To anyone else's eyes, it's just a tree, but to me, it's kind of like, wow, that's amazing. Like, it's I don't know, you could
Yeah,
call it hokey or kind of corny or whatever, but I think people really need to slow things down a little bit and still, of course,
absolutely.
enjoy each other and enjoy your work and the family and
Hmm.
all that. But still, like, to actually, like, you gotta slow that pace down just sometimes. And people don't look
Hmm.
up enough now. And I think everybody's
Yeah.
like, their heads are freaking into their phones, and
Hmm.
they're letting life pass them by. Like, there's moments in life where in front of them there could be someone like a future I don't know, partner or something,
Hmm.
or even some business opportunity that just walked by, or a sunset that just set,
I
or
know.
something, like anything. Like, there's moments in time where I felt that when I was growing up I had more of those visuals, because now everyone's embedded in their phone. I think it's harder for people to connect. People, when you talk to people, they're like, "Whoa, what the hell does he want?" Or "Oh, why is he talking to
Yeah.
me?" And then when I do talk to people, they're like, "Holy smokes, that was pretty refreshing. That was pretty cool." Like, we you could feel
Yeah.
that connection too, right? So, I think
Even if it's a smile,
that's right.
something as
Yeah,
simple as that. Because I think also being a Londoner, it's like if you say hello to someone randomly or even smile at them, you're kind of like, what does this person want, kind of thing. More often than not these days, I do appreciate a smile when I'm out and about. If someone
yeah,
says hello or just a smile, sometimes it is kind of appreciated.
yeah,
And just returning that might just make someone's day.
yeah.
So why not just be kind and
Just not a
do
creepy
that,
one.
whatever you
That's all.
found. Oh no, not in that sense, no way.
All right, let's move on to your next picture. So we got seeds
Hmm.
here. That's a great shot too. I love how, again, this is that whimsical, that kind of dreamy kind of look to me again. And I
Hmm.
love your macro shots. You have some really good macro shots. So good for you on this. You can go ahead and explain that
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of similar kind of tone to the last one,
Mm-hmm.
really. I mean, it's just kind of transforming something that would ordinarily be seen as being quite dull
Yes.
into something actually quite nice and quite kind of pleasing to the eye,
Mm-hmm.
really. I like what it signifies, new life, new beginnings. And also, like you say, I like the very kind of whimsical, kind of, fluffy, kind of
Yes.
cute, if you will,
Yeah.
shots. But the thing with me is that sometimes I take a very long time positioning things to where, I want them. Maybe this one can be like a little bit further back. Maybe that one I can bring forward a little bit. So just to take that one shot sometimes takes me so
Oh,
long.
of course,
And then
yes.
when I look back at my camera roll, like every single shot is
You
the same.
deleted you deleted a whole bunch of them, right?
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
really amazing. Like the same goes to nearly all of my shots,
Yes.
actually.
Me
I
too.
mean, the framing kind of changes maybe a millimeter, and
Yes.
at the moment I'm like, oh, this is a very drastic change. But then when I kind of look at it, like, okay, I've got about 100 shots and they all literally look the same.
Yeah.
And that's literally what I'm kind of smiling as I look at that picture that you selected, because that's literally what happened on this day.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it a lot. I like kind of flowers that are more associated with being weeds almost, like
Yeah.
dandelions, like daisies,
Yeah.
even forget-me-nots as well. Like I really like shooting those kind of flowers.
Yeah.
And especially with dandelion seeds, I think they've got kind of like this delicacy about them
Yes.
and what they represent as well. I just like them. I didn't kind of pay too much attention to kind of why I want selected that flower for the day to shoot. I just
Yeah.
like, okay, I like it, I'm just gonna take some shots of it, and they came out really nicely.
I probably have a bunch in my backyard. If you want, I can mail some to
Oh
you.
yeah. Of course, anytime.
Yeah, but there you go. Like you say, you're taking 100 shots or whatever, and the little nuances in each photo or whatever is
Mm,
a little slightly a smidgen off or something like that, and then we go and pick the one that we think we hit the best. But
yeah.
there you go. You're enjoying life. You're seeing something that's beautiful from your eyes, and maybe other people are just too inundated with
Yeah.
what they're doing in life to even notice anything like that. So no, it's good that you're
Yeah.
taking the time
I
to
think
do stuff.
sometimes I get kind of a bit frustrated as well when I take some of my macro shots.
Hmm.
I think it's easy to get frustrated because I kind of I've dabbled a little bit in it, kind of with food macro, with
Oh
flower
yeah, yeah,
macro,
yeah.
obviously.
Okay.
I don't breathe as I'm taking the shot because then like even the slightest bit of
It'll
movement, it would
be
just,
blurry,
as
right? Yeah.
it will get very blurry. Yeah. So I remember getting a bit frustrated with some of these shots as well. I kind of breathe in, I hold my breath, I take the shot, and I breathe out, have a look at what's going on.
You need to carry a light tripod with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you won't have that problem.
I think so. But sometimes I'm just too spontaneous,
Yes,
I
I
just kind
know.
of like
Yep.
take the shot and then I just want to kind of move on, So
Yep. No, I
yeah,
hear
I
you.
think I'll invest in one.
The last shot that we're going to talk about is at Old Royal Naval College. This is
Hmm.
probably my favorite shot of yours. I love the reflection. I love the art decor. I love like the planet Earth there. I think that's really cool. Did you use your phone or something for that reflection, or is that off a table or something, or what is that?
No, so that's actually kind of a mirrored panel that's
Okay.
actually in the building itself.
Okay.
And actually that's one of my favorite photos as well. It's really funny because you come off such a busy road and
Mm-hmm.
then you get into such a gorgeous building. So this hall is called the Painted Hall at
Yeah.
the Old Royal Naval College. And the exhibition is called the Gaia Exhibition, and it's an art installation by an artist called Luke Duran, who I personally follow. I think his work is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As you come off the main road, you just get this that sense of stillness because it's an installation, but it's slowly spinning around as
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah.
and it kind of engages all of your senses, and it's just incredible to look at. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I just think it's quite significant because I think it's really our call for climate change as well, like trying
Yes.
to live more sustainably is what I'm trying to do, and be more environmentally conscious,
Mm-hmm.
make those changes. And the inspiration behind it was just that it's the exact replica of our planet Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just mesmerizing to look at it spinning like that. It's such a visual representation of what we're going through, what has happened the last year, and just
Yeah.
how delicate life can be almost. So
Yeah.
it has a lot of significance, and I knew I wanted to capture it um, as perfectly as I could for me,
Yeah.
how I see it,
That's right.
how I view it, and it was just incredible to look at.
And
And I
that's what
encourage anyone,
matter.
if it comes around, to go and see it.
And that's
Yeah.
what matters most. Like I love all the colors of this thing. You got like the
Yeah.
spectrum of colors here, and I think it kind of kept everything kind of in sync, and it's cropped out perfectly. So no, good shot, great shot
And it kind
actually.
of unites everyone as well. Because when I was there, you had, very young kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had the older generations as well. And everyone just had the same sense of awe when you look at this thing.
Yeah,
And it was really nice to, connect with so many people in that same way.
yeah, very cool. Good job on
Yeah.
your shots. One thing I gotta talk about is your drawings. Like you are an amazing drawer. Like holy
Thank
smokes.
you.
Yeah, you got three pictures here. That one of Audrey Hepburn, one of a looks like a husky, I believe. The picture of the pupil that you drew, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
do you know what? It's so funny. It's actually a funny story because when I was back in school, gosh, that feels like ages ago now, but our school made us at the beginning of each academic year, they used to make us kind of cover our school books in, it's like a protective plastic wrap, kind of
mm-hmm,
like self-adhesive, just to protect our books. And I remember when I used to run out of this stuff, I just used to use just normal paper coverings. Just that, they had to be covered in something basically just to protect them throughout the academic year.
mm-hmm.
And at the start of the year, these covers were fresh, they were brand new, and by the end of the year, they were covered in doodles
Oh yeah,
and just drawings that I used to do during class. And I actually still have those now, like they're in my
yeah,
parents' house. And the type of, drawings I used to do, even back then as a kid, it's quite interesting to see, things like eyes. I just have this fascination of eyes, like I love drawing eyes.
yeah.
And
That's
as
a
I kind of
crazy shot. Like that's a crazy artwork there with the eyes. Like,
But then that one is actually kind of when I first kind of got my passion back, when, my sense of creativity was just being awakened again after spending so much time not drawing. So when I look at it, I'm just kind of like a little bit like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. The shading's a bit
no
off.
way. Are you
You can
kidding me?
see kind of,
you can
you can see the progression.
you could see a soul in that, if you ask me.
Do you
Like,
think so?
oh yeah, no, it's awesome.
Thank you.
That's my favorite drawing of yours. That's for sure. You got some talents there.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, I would not give that up. I'd be working more on that if I were you.
I try.
Yeah, because if it was me, I mean, I can kill a stick figure pretty good. So, other than
Oh, that's
that,
good to know.
other than that, there's no way in hell I can draw anything like this. Well, good for
Well, you
you.
have to start somewhere.
No, I'm not starting anywhere because I already know. But that's amazing. That's amazing talents there. Good for you.
Thank you so much.
So, Jay, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, maybe firstly, and the most important one probably,
Okay.
is how is Scooby?
Oh, he's doing fine. He's a nut. He's a bit of a turkey, but he's very mellow.
Oh,
He doesn't bark. He rarely barks. He only barks when I get home, like maybe 4 or 5 barks, and then other than that, he's pretty good. He's a very mellow dog. He's very smart,
yeah.
like very smart. That's it's my first dog, and it'll probably be my last dog. I
Oh,
don't know if like I even think about it now, like he's like 9 years old, and I'm thinking, geez, in a few
hmm,
years or less he may not be around anymore, and then I get all like, oh damn, I'm gonna miss this dog. And
yeah.
I think that's it for me. I think it's gonna be one and done, and I'm very blessed to have him, and
Of
he's
course.
such a good dog. Yeah.
I know you kind of share him with us sometimes on your feed, and it's always so nice to see him. But do you also take him along on your adventures? I know you do sometimes,
I do
right?
sometimes, yeah. And then, but the
Yeah.
problem with Scooby is he's a smeller, right? That's all he does is sniff. And if I go on these hikes, sometimes it just takes me twice as long because he's
Yeah.
sniffing or he's talking,
Hmm.
sniffing other dogs. He doesn't give much attention to other dogs. Like he'll sniff them and then he kind of buggers off. But he loves like
Hmm.
smelling like trees and this and that and this and that. So if I go on a 3 hour hike, it's probably going to take me 5 hours with him.
Yeah, of course.
And then sometimes I just don't have that time. And he is getting older. Like I took him on a 3 hour
Hmm.
hike last time, and when we were coming back down, he was going super slow motion. So I was like, oh,
Hmm.
now I'm feeling bad because I know,
Oh.
I can only carry him so far because he's like 50 pounds. So
Hmm.
I'm not about to do that. So
Oh,
I could
bless
only
him.
carry him a little bit. So I've taken him on shorter ones, like where it's about an hour, hour and a half.
Hmm.
He's fine with that, and then he loves like doing little maneuvers if it's like through trees and all that stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah, because it looks like you've kind of taught him a few tricks and things. I only saw the other day that reel of him with the Pringles on his nose.
oh
That
yeah,
was pretty fun.
oh yeah, he's talented for sure. He'll do anything for a snack. Like he'll stay
Oh, don't we
frozen.
all? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll stay frozen forever just to get a treat of something. Yeah,
Hmm. Oh, that's very nice.
yeah,
But
and
the next question I had for you was
yep,
just kind of in particular, do you have anywhere on sort of like your bucket list? Of course, when it's safe to do so with
yep.
the world situation, of course. Do you have anywhere else that you'd really like to travel to or
Yes,
places that you'd like to tick off?
I mean, I try to do Vegas every year, but
Nice.
that's not a bucket list. That's just go have fun list. What I really wanted to do was I had something planned for my 50th. I was going to go down to Angel's Landing. It's in Utah, and it's a
Hmm.
great hike. I mean, I've seen so many videos of it. I planned to go, and then all of a sudden, COVID struck,
Yeah.
and then we got stopped. That's on my bucket list. I don't know how well I'm going to do on it because there is a couple parts where you
Hmm.
walk up across something and then it's like a 10,000 foot drop on either side or it's
Oh,
thousands
wow.
of feet on the other side, and you only got like this one chain to hold on to, and I think I'm okay. I'm not scared of heights really. I am a little bit. I'm more
That
scared
sounds
of
intense.
Yeah, I'm more scared of falling, and
Yeah.
not scared of heights, but scared of falling. And
Yeah, I look forward to seeing those pictures then.
yeah, so that's one. I would really love to go to Europe one day, and I haven't
Oh,
been.
yeah.
Like, I want to visit, where you are. I want to go,
Yeah.
across the waters to like France, Italy, and all that other stuff. I want to
Hmm.
travel around the Mediterranean a little bit. That's another thing. And the last place that I'd probably would love to see is I want to go back to Japan. That's another place that I would like to
Oh, for
see.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
I
love to go to Japan as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been to Asia, like a few places there, and I've only stayed in Japan for a couple nights, and I didn't
Hmm.
really get to grasp it, and I've always
Hmm.
wanted to go. So I think that's
very
another
nice.
another place that I would like to go. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. And maybe if I can just make one general comment as well, seeing as you picked a few of my pictures, I think when I look at your feed, like I think we connected quite early on, kind of when I first joined
Mm-hmm.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I think we connected quite soon after that. And I remember looking at your feed and thinking, wow, this guy really knows what he's
Oh,
doing.
thank you.
But I think in terms of like my favorite shots from yours is probably the ones where you've captured the lily pads.
Oh yeah,
I have a
yeah, yeah.
thing for lily pads, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. So nice. I'd love to kind of visit somewhere like that one day.
Yeah,
I
thank
forget
you
the
so
name
much.
of the place,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
Deer
think it's
Lake.
overlooking a. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deer Lake and Burnaby Lake. Those are the two known places for our lily pads. And yeah,
Yeah,
it is pretty cool because they have the lotus flowers on those places too. So it's really nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really, really nice.
thank you.
And just maybe one final point is just sorry, I'm kind of taking over your
No,
podcast
no, no,
here,
that's
but
okay.
just wanted to say something very quickly before you close. I think it's just really great that you're using your platform just to showcase other people's work in this way. I think that's such a kind and selfless thing
Oh,
to
thank
do.
you.
So
Yeah.
the world definitely needs more people like you.
Oh,
So
that's nice of you.
thanks again for inviting me on.
No, no,
Honestly,
most
yeah.
definitely. You got lots of talent, so no, I'm more than happy
Thank
to
you.
showcase them. No, very nice of you to say, and it's very kind of you to say. That's kind of why I do these things, is because people like you and people that say nice stuff like that. Yeah, it means a lot. You only
Of
live
course.
once, right? Might as well help as much as you can.
Exactly. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had fun.
I did,
Oh,
of course. Thanks for
oh,
having me.
awesome. No, my pleasure is mine for sure. If you're not giving Jay a follow, please give her a follow. She's under Capture with Jay, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah, give her a follow if you're not following her. She's got some amazing stuff, and then as you can tell, she's got a great vibe to her. So, anyways, thanks for listening to this week's episode. Kindly support me by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks.